ESMIT is the European School of Multimodality Imaging and Therapy. It's the next step in the chapter of education for European nuclear medicine. There are several drivers for restructuring the educational section. The main one is the rapid pace of change in our specialty, which means that the trainees and the specialists of the future are going to need a completely different skill set from the one that I was taught. We have a duty of care to them to ensure that they have the knowledge, the skills and the confidence for the whole of their career to be efficient professionals. And we have a duty of care to our patients as well to ensure that the specialists who they're dealing with have all the knowledge and skills they will need for the future.
We decided to overhaul the European School for Nuclear Medicine because of the demands of modern times in terms of multimodality imaging. Since the beginning of this century, we have seen more and more machines coming in which show different natures of pictures into one picture. And that means that you need to train your people differently than it used to be in the past. So that means that you have to change the way you teach. And that's what we did with ESMIT.
So the idea of different levels really came from a lot of consultation with specialists across the field. And we realised that we needed really an entry level that would appeal to everybody, which was going to be entirely e-learning, open access, really covering the basics and the fundamentals of the subject. Moving on to face-to-face learning with interactivity built in, lectures, problem-based learning, that sort of thing. But then there will always be a need for advanced practice for people developing a subspecialty interest later on in their career who could really learn to reach the summit of education, really.
We promise to have a continuum of educational tools in which people learn tricks of the trade that they need to become a good multimodality imager. Nuclear medicine alone is not enough, radiology alone is not enough. You have to work on the combination of the two, and that is what we promise, from basic level e-learning to high level expert learning.
So we're focusing initially on very clinical topics, the major areas of neurology, neurosciences, cardiovascular medicine, cancer, musculoskeletal, etc. In the future, we would hope to include a much wider range of subjects, but we have to start somewhere.
In the end, we want to have the different committees deliver one or more tracks that people can choose from during their level 2 sessions that they subscribe to. At our biannual school meetings, we aim at those people who are willing to make a change in their career for whatever reason. For instance, if I were to move to another nuclear medicine department or imaging department, I could get into the situation that I have to do a lot of cardiovascular. Well, that's not my strong point at this moment, so I would go to such a course, indeed, to freshen up my knowledge. And in that way, I can be better prepared in a new situation.
The people who complete our programme will have the skills and the knowledge that will set them apart from any other specialists in imaging globally. That is the level that we're aspiring to, that's what we hope that we can deliver, and that will set them on the right path for their future careers. I think when people attend the schools, firstly, they will achieve really high-end teaching from specialists in the field. There will be a lot of interactivity that will allow them to not just network with each other, but also to meet the real opinion leaders in the field in a formal but also in an informal setting that will give a much richer educational experience, we expect. And the idea is that they don't just attend once in the whole of their career, that they will hopefully be able to attend a series of schools over the course of their training, such that they will have covered the whole of the curriculum of nuclear medicine by the time that they become accredited as specialists. Patients have a right to know that whether they are being seen in Aberdeen or Zagreb, that their information will be reported and dealt with and interpreted by specialists in a standardised and consistent way across Europe. So if people attend our courses, we would very much hope to get that level of consistency which currently is difficult to achieve.
I think at this moment we are the only ones that can deliver these kind of education.
I think we're really at the tipping point. We're really on the threshold of the next chapter in European education in nuclear medicine. And I think we have everything in place to succeed. It's very early days, but the future should be fabulous.